Good old Papa Roach.
I like them.
Yeah, I do too. I mean,
I missed that show Scarred.
What show was that?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it that bad? We can't talk about it.
No. We'll talk about it. When you start recording.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've already started recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Scarred. You don't remember that show?
No. When did it come out?
Oh man, that's a good question. Let me.
I mean, hey, now that you got your laptop, you can do Jamie pull that up.
Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah. Jamie, when did Scars come out or Scarred?
Scarred TV show. I think Papa Roach was the host of that show.
Yeah.
2007. There was only 2 seasons. It's basically this show where, like skateboarders and BMXers and stuff like that would get on there, and it was like their video story of how they like broke their leg or broke their arm or something like that. They have like pictures and video of the incident and all that stuff. So like all those fail videos that you would see like compilation wise, they just had a whole TV show about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to love that show. But yeah, I haven't thought of Papa Roach in a long time.
Yeah, sounds great. I mean,
let me see a host. It's been years, man.
Yeah, no, I never heard of it until like literally just now, like right before we started recording.
Is that his real name?
Who?
Papa Roach.
Is his name not Papa Roach?
No.
He's not Mr. Roach?
It looks like Jacoby Shaddix.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I've heard that name before. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I did not know that. I just found that out.
Yeah.
I thought his legal name was Papa.
His legal name was Papa Roach. Wonder what his middle name is.
It doesn't say.
Cock. Papa Cockroach.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't making any other joke, I swear.
Let's see. Yeah, no, you got to check that show out, man.
Okay, yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, shit. Whenever we have a second, maybe I'll look up a little compilation video or something about it, just to, get the gist of it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, I guess we should properly fucking start this episode since we are a little short on time now.
All right, let's see the clap.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Music Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Angelo Sarmiento, joined, as always, by my co-host, Shane Holmunez. How's it going, man?
Good, now that we have this thing going.
Yeah.
I'm so beyond pissed off at Cakewalk. It's not even funny.
Why don't you give a little rundown on why you're pissed off at Cakewalk right now?
So we had, let's start from, when did we try and do that promo?
Like a few nights ago, like right before my little gig with Taylor Court Band.
Oh, yeah. So it was literally, we had to rush out of there, not even finishing the project we were doing because we had such issues with Cakewalk.
Yeah, it was like, when was that? Like Saturday, something like that?
Friday, I think it was Friday.
Yeah, Friday. That sounds about right.
Yeah, you guys, I think, had the gig on Friday. Mm-hmm. So we were trying to do this bumper for, I guess there's this radio station out of Italy that's, they're going to be spinning us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be super cool. But we were, we got asked to do a bumper for the radio station, and we were like, okay, yeah, no problem. And Paul was like, hey, maybe you guys can do it with your podcast stuff. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, yeah, easy day. We just go in there.
We go in with our professional recording equipment, and it should be no problem, considering that we record sometimes like hour and a half long podcasts.
Yeah, we're talking a 6 second
to record a 6 second clip
for this radio
should be the easiest thing in the world, right? It doesn't even take a second to like export it to our phones.
Right. My cat.
You have a dog?
He seems like a dog sometimes. My cat just opened the door. Hang on, I gotta go close it.
Okay, yeah, go for it. You can take off your headphones. You don't have to take them with you.
It's right here.
Okay.
You're locked in, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. My cat knows how to open doors, and it's really
we're
annoying.
Professionals, I swear.
Not yet. So, what was I saying before the cat opened the door?
You were talking about your issues with Cakewalk.
Cakewalk, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it should have only been like a 6 to 10 second little bumper.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, yeah, no problem. We got everything hooked up. we got everything going. We had our script and we set it.
And we put it on our phones just to hear it out, just to play it back.
And it was the most garbled mess you've ever heard in your entire life.
Do you have it on your phone?
I do.
Do you want to play that real quick?
Yeah, dude.
Just to save me a little work so I don't have to actually edit this into the podcast.
Let's see. Yeah. So, and we were like, yeah, we got it done. Everything's
like over the headphones, we like, yeah, it sounded very clean, and like we sounded like very professional, like in our heads, like, yeah, this should be great, right?
Yeah, and then it's ended up being this.
Yeah.
Right here.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was worse than I remember.
Yeah.
So we exported it. We got it on our phones. We were like, yeah, let's just check it out before we email it over to Paul.
Yeah.
And
thank God we did.
That's true. Yeah, because he would have called us back and been like, guys, what the hell is this?
Like I know.
That's funny.
Well, like, you know, we have to send this to them, right? Like, this isn't the time for a practical joke, right? You know?
Yeah. And we were already stressing out because we were like, okay, yeah, we got it done perfect time. Isaac came back in from helping Kent, and he was like, hey, we're ready to go. And we're like, yeah, we are too. Here, check out what we did. We're like, okay, that's not going to work.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure this out another time, aren't we?
So we just left the equipment and went to the gig.
Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, I mean, I guess I can talk about that a little bit since we mentioned it a few times. How long ago was it when you said that Kent needed a drummer or something like that?
Kent's my neighbor. He's a really good dude. He's got a band,
Taylor Court band.
Taylor Court. And,
you're welcome.
Right. Oh, it's good stuff. I actually really enjoy it, man.
Yeah, me too.
And he saw us over at a what was the open mic that we did over at Sam's Table. Yeah, that's how he kind of knew us. And
then, just one of our little like acoustic open mics that we did.
And we've actually talked about him before. He's the dude that got jumped for the for that guitar. Mm-hmm. Remember that was nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, he texted me one day and said, "Hey man, could you come by, and like I want to show you a couple things." I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I walked over to his place, and it was freezing cold. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was during the big freeze that we had.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I went over there. He showed me a couple of things, and we just hung out. Excuse me. He kind of mentioned that he was like, "Yeah, I've got this showcase that I'm trying to put on at this place called Tipsy Tio's."
Yeah.
It's like a little bar place in town. Is it? I think it's kind of new. I think.
I have no idea. I don't live here, but yeah. But yeah, it's just like a little bar and grill place that he had talked to the owners about setting up a show between his band and a few other artists that he knows, and wanted to put together. And I guess his drummer, I can't remember what specifically the reason was, but his drummer, for one reason or another,
he had another obligation of some kind.
Yeah, like he couldn't make it to the show in time.
So he, in passing, kind of asked me like, "Hey, what would you think about maybe Angelo hopping in?" And I was like, "Well, all I can do is ask him." And I passed the ball off to you, and I said, "Hey, man, Kent's looking for maybe a fill-in for this little gig that he's doing."
Yeah.
You checked out the music, right?
I did. Yeah, I we talked very briefly about it on the phone, and bear in mind, whenever Shane asked me this, we knew that our bass player Andrew was about to go out of the town, go on a little vacation. Yeah,
he went to Disneyland.
Yeah, he went to Disney with his
Disney World.
Disney World, yeah, with his wife, and just on a little vacation. And so we didn't have any shows booked, and we weren't planning on doing any rehearsals while he was gone. So had a little extra free time, and I was just like, yeah, okay, let me at least check out like one or two of his songs, before I say. Before I give a concrete answer or even reach out to him. And I did. And I was really I was very pleasantly surprised because I don't, before talking to Ken about doing the gig, I didn't really know him that well. And, I'd heard him play guitar like once just in passing. And, he was good. Like I knew he was a good guitar player, but I had no idea what his music was going to be like. And, it's just really good, like alternative rock, pop punk kind of thing. I mean, not necessarily pop punk, but I'm,
I get,
just
like,
for lack of a better term.
I get kind of Nirvana vibes.
Nirvana,
/
Weezer,
yeah.
like it just, I don't know, an amalgamation of like a few different things, but
It's good stuff.
yeah, it's really good stuff. I checked out, I don't remember what the first song I checked out was, but I think it was probably either...
Was it Promises?
It was probably either, I mean, Promises was one of the first ones, but that was after I accepted the gig.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was probably like Suitcase and like a few other ones that we didn't end up playing at the show. I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry, Kent. but yeah, anyway, I heard a few of his songs and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. So I asked Shane to give me his number and, reached out to him, and we, were able to work it out and rehearse together, whenever we could. And, I had to learn basically an entire new set in like
2 weeks.
In like 2 weeks, you know, like an hour's worth of music almost.
Well, y'all killed it, obviously.
Thank you, man.
That was awesome. But I kind of want to talk about those rehearsals, man. The first one we went to,
yeah.
He's upstairs in
Yeah.
an apartment, right?
Mhm.
And honestly, we get that because we
We
recorded
had to do
Viper that way,
Yeah.
and also the new drums for Starting Over.
Yeah.
You recorded those in my upstairs.
Yeah.
my
For the
apartment.
we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Which we we had a little thing, like an agreement, I guess, with the downstairs neighbors. Hey, we're musicians. We understand that we're a nuisance.
Yeah,
we're gonna
really.
try and make sure that we
Putting
do
it
this.
mildly.
Yeah, we're gonna try and make sure that we do this as respectfully as we can. Just know that we're trying to build something and blah blah blah. And
Right.
They were like, oh yeah, sure. And then it came to putting it into practice. And,
Yeah.
people realize, oh wow, drums are loud, even if they're not plugged in, or even if it's like a plugged in sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're electric.
Yeah, because I record all the drums. Excuse me, I record all the drums on our albums with an electric kit that we plug directly into the board, and just for convenience sake, and just so we have full control over
Everything's separated.
Like everything is separated, and we have full control over like the sound of it and the levels and all that. It just makes the whole like post process like easier, just all around.
Yeah.
And and we figured because it was an electric drum set and not very loud on its own, like that it would be fine to rehearse and record, and however long we were gonna record like in Shane's old apartment. But it's just, man, when you're playing metal and and a lot of it is like double kick, it's like, holy shit, that can be really loud and really fucking thumpy and annoying.
Yeah, thumpy's a good
for
word
people
for it.
downstairs.
Thumper, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I mean, you weren't doing double kick. You weren't doing things like that with Taylor Court. You were you were on your cajon, at least for the first initial, like, okay, we're gonna break the ice and do a rehearsal.
Yeah, and I thought that would be, again, I made the mistake of assuming that would be a good enough like compromising, good enough just for a first rehearsal of just like learning some of the songs. But again, the thing about I can't remember specifically what the name of the cajon I have is. It's like a Meinl. It's a Meinl cajon. I think in the name of it, it's literally like a bass boosted cajon.
We tried every single cajon that was over at Guitar Center that day.
Yeah, when we were like when I was like trying to pick out like a cajon to do like acoustic, like
no stone
shows
unturned with that.
Yeah, and and I found a really great one that I really love and has like just a fantastic sound to it. And even though it's literally just a fucking, for those of you who don't know, a cajon is literally just a percussion instrument that's a box that you sit on.
It literally means box.
Cajon in Spanish is box. But yeah, like it has two sounds to it. It has a bass sound, and then like in the middle of it, and then it has a snare sound on the edge of it, and you just play it like a drum set. But the thing is, because the cajon that I bought specifically was a bass boosted and had a very nice round sound, it's very loud, even though it's an acoustic instrument. Like, it's naturally incredibly loud and can cut through the guitars very easily.
Yep.
And I did not think about this when we took it to an upstairs apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm just bashing away trying to fucking learn like all these new songs. And then eventually we get, Kent gets a knock on his door, and we're just like, fuck. Like, damn it, I'm still learning. I'm sorry.
And that's when we found out, okay, we're gonna have to change where we're doing these things.
Yeah, and we made do, and we kept on rehearsal at Kent's apartment, but we just I had to ditch the cajon, and luckily he had whenever he needs to write out drum parts and stuff, or just like he plays drums in another band, actually another local artist, Gail Ryder. He plays drums with her, but he uses.
She's great. She's played with us before.
Oh yeah, she's a very great blues rock kind of singer songwriter, very Janis Joplin kind of sounding stuff. Really cool, but but he uses basically a child's drum set to.
I think it's his daughter's.
Yeah, it's his daughter's like a little junior drum set. He had that lying around, so we kind of compromised, and we were able to use that and a pair of hi-hats that he did just without using the kick drum, because again, that would be way too thumpy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we made it work, and eventually Kent was able to talk to Gail about using her space as her house and her garage as a practice space, and I was able to use my drum set. And, we were able to, rehearse we rehearsed at Gail's 3 times, with the full setup, and we were able to, crank out the show, in time.
Yeah, no, that was, it was good, and then we made it to Tipsy Tio's and got the whole setup hooked up, and then we found out, okay, well, now we need to find some power.
Yeah.
We ended up having to unplug one of their dart machines or whatever.
Yeah. By the way, just to paint the picture a little bit, Shane this whole time during the whole process, was helping us out and doing sound for the gig, because he has plenty of experience working a soundboard and doing that kind of stuff live. So I mean he really went out on a limb and helped us out with that, and that was really cool of you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, it was no big deal. I mean, we it was like a fun little, what was it, like a 2-week little journey that we had of just a new little thing.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, just of me rehearsing and learning these songs, and then Shane and Isaac just helping out and just coming with me to rehearsals and helping us set up, and both of them.
I never see you play other music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I never get to experience that where I'm in the crowd and you're on the stage.
Yeah.
In quotations.
Yeah, and I mean it's the same for all of us. I mean we pretty much, as far as music goes, our live experience is pretty much just playing Submit Thy Will. We don't really ever get to see each other, in different musical settings.
Yeah, so I got some funny snapshots of you.
Yeah.
And your stank face.
Yeah.
You got into it. It was cool.
My gross stank face.
Gross stank face. But yeah, I mean, I think that Kent's going to be trying to put more of those things together. And it's fun to be, part of this local, and when I say local scene, I mean Huntsville is actually getting a music scene.
Yeah.
Which we've never really had.
Because it's really, aside from having the university here, it's a pretty small town. It's not it's not like Houston or Austin or San Antonio that has that's a legit city and has a big art scene. It's literally just a small town.
We're known for prisons.
Yeah.
You're
known for prisons and having a college, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nice to be able to go around and recognize other music artists in town.
Yeah.
And they recognize us. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man. No, I'm still getting over this cakewalk thing, I'll be honest. I'm still so fucking
I'm
still a little worried, man. I'm just I hope everything's recording right.
Everything looks great on my end, and I got us all panned and stuff. We've talked about it several times, but I swear to God, every time we try and record something for a podcast, there's always something that's wrong with it.
This was the worst one.
Yeah, by far. And we did not change a single thing in between podcasts.
I damn near threw my hands up and said, all right, we're just going to do rehearsals.
Hell, whenever I close out of these, I literally save the settings.
Yeah, I know.
And somehow, overnight, like a little fucking like cakewalk, like a little cakewalk gremlin comes in and is just like, I will fuck up everything.
It's the same dude that steals your socks and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Same asshole.
Yeah. No. So I can't believe that you held out. And I'm going to start this conversation with that. I can't believe you held out and you didn't listen to this new Periphery song.
Oh, yeah. I was like, held out? What the fuck do you mean?
Because you're like the biggest Periphery fan I know.
Yeah, I went through a pretty fucking huge Periphery phase like a couple years ago whenever they were releasing their new album, well, at the time, new album, Hail Stan, like Periphery 4.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, because like right before they released that album, I had like just gotten into Periphery and was like obsessed with like their drummer Matt Halpern, like just doing all these like insane things in this like really fucking cool like prog like gent band.
I was gonna say, what's the appeal as a drummer, right? What's the appeal of Periphery with the way he writes and stuff like that?
Well, I think okay, so with a lot of metal bands, whenever I was first getting into them, I mean, granted, by the time I started listening to Periphery, I'd already kind of had started to, really like find metal bands that I really like and appreciate. So I was able to distinguish the good shit from the bad shit, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it.
Right.
But one thing with metal drummers that for me is always kind of a turnoff is finding those bands that only know how to do one of two things. Either it's all about, just fucking like blast beats throughout the whole fucking song, and it's just really like not very interesting at all, or finding drummers that know how to do the basic like gent halftime grooves, and like that's really it. Like when you're kind of like starting out, like, and you don't really know like where to look, like that's you kind of. When you're finding metal drummers, you kind of find one of those two, like as your generic metal drummers, quote unquote. Right. I guess that's the phrase today, for lack of a better way of saying it. But
yeah.
But every now and then you'll find somebody that just has a really unique voice, and to me, like Matt Halpern for metal drummers is just a really unique voice, because he takes that like kind of like genty halftime feel and he really like fucks with it. And just gives it an extra bit of spice, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I'm really having trouble like trying to put it into words. He's just a metal drummer that really like fucking grooves and is just really creative.
You really dig his style.
I really dig his style. He uses a lot of ghost notes. He knows when to, like bring it back whenever it's kind of a softer bit of the song. But even then, when he brings it back, he's still like having fun with it. And it's never like, I don't know. It's just... For lack of all this to say, it's never boring listening to a Periphery drum track. I don't really know how else to put it. I'd have to like really think of a better way of like breaking down his drumming.
Well, it's really cool.
I'm kind of on the spot here.
It's really cool that you're so into him, because you took a masterclass from him.
I did, yeah. I went to go see Periphery live at the Houston House of Blues like right before COVID hit like really bad, and there weren't any shows like for a while. Like it was like February 2020.
Wow.
Like that was like right before. This is like right before anybody.
Right before the shutdowns.
Right before the shutdowns. Right before people started wearing masks on a regular basis. Right. Like everything was like, as far as we knew, everything was fine. So we didn't have to fucking worry about bullshit like that, Right. So
it was still kind of like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah. Like people were just like, oh, maybe it's a thing. Maybe it won't be a thing. Who knows?
Right.
But when that show was coming up, like Matt Halpern like posted on his social media that he was, doing master classes, and he was like, DM me if you're interested, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
DM.
I was like, oh shit, and I meet like. I looked at it and I was just like, oh, I can fucking message a musician I admire fucking directly and take a class for, like, that's fucking cool. So I messaged him and, asked him, the details about the class, how much it would be. I mean, first off, it was only like, I think it was like $80 for like an hour.
What?
Yeah. Like for considering like the caliber.
That's awesome.
The caliber of like musicianship and like the kind of places that, they're playing. It's like, God damn, that's like fucking, that's dirt cheap.
Oh my gosh,
like
yeah.
that is dirt cheap to get to meet like.
Well, you'll pay for more. You'll pay more money for like an autograph from some people.
Yeah, really, and like to get to meet him and take a class with him and like literally, yeah, but. Ugh, yeah, I'm still like I'm getting excited thinking about something that happened years ago. Like literally,
Dude, that's awesome.
Like as if I'm going right now. Yeah, but I did the master class, and it was me and like a group of like 10 or 12 like other drummers, which is really weird for me because I just don't know any other drummers really. Like I know the drummers that we play with at our shows, but it's not like I know them and
well,
I,
it's
like,
more
hang out with
common.
them.
It's more common for drummers to be in the room with guitar players.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Bass players,
but
or
this
singers.
is just a room full of drummers. I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, oh, we all have something in common.
Right.
Yeah, but we did the master class, and it was really fucking cool. Like Matt Halpern's a really real class act, real cool guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
personality wise and everything, huh?
Yeah, he was just very chill, and he was like open with like hey, this is a drumming master class, but if you have questions that are completely outside of drumming, whether it's like a sort of businessy question or a fucking
Wow.
like touring like question, like feel free, and just whenever he messaged all of us, like he was just like, just make sure you bring a pen and notepad,
Nice.
and you're allowed to record if you want, but I'm just gonna trust you guys that you're not going to post this anywhere, because outside of Periphery, this is how I make my living. So I'm gonna
Right.
I'm trusting you guys. Just do not post this anywhere, but you're allowed to record. And I was
Well,
like,
that's
what
cool.
the fuck? And I have the recording still on my phone. I won't play it here, but
Right. Well, and those notes. I mean, I'm sure you've got those somewhere.
Oh yeah, somewhere buried in my room. But yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's awesome. Well, they just came out with a new song, Wildfire.
yeah.
And you somehow, I don't know how, but you somehow, and I even called you and asked you about this too.
Yeah.
Was it a couple days ago?
Yeah, something like that.
I was like, have you heard the new Periphery track? And you were like, man, I haven't gotten around to it. Just got off work and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it dropped. It was one of 2 songs that dropped that
Yeah,
day?
yeah. I think they dropped like 2 singles. I know Wildfire was one. I don't know what the other one was.
I don't even know how to say this. Zagris?
What? Let me
No.
look at it.
Here, no, I'm blind as well. Bottom.
Hold on, let me put my glasses on. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I know. How do you say that?
Zagreus?
Zagreus?
Something like that.
Zagreus.
Sure.
Zagreus.
Zagreus.
I'm gonna look up what that word means real quick.
Okay,
'cause
yeah,
that's
go
gonna
for it.
drive me insane.
We're going to learn something today on the Music Chronicles podcast. The word of the day
Zagreus.
is Zagreus.
Oh, okay, let's see.
You find it?
Yeah. A divine child who was the son of Zeus, a snake.
Oh, interesting.
Ah.
A bit of Greek mythology in here.
I see. Cool. Yeah.
Does it say how to pronounce it?
Let's see, pronunciation.
I mean, does it not have like the audio thing where it'll just like play it?
No, because it just pulled up like a thing about mythology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like definition. Blah, 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 blah.
Definition.
So
Zagreus.
that's cool. All right, but yeah, so the one I listened to was Wildfire, and this track is nuts.
Okay.
So I actually have heard this track before, and Angelo, I don't know how you held out, my man, because when you got here to do this podcast, I was like, I'm sure he's listened to it by now.
Yeah.
And then you were like, nah, I haven't listened to it.
Well, when it comes to like stuff like this, I can control myself a bit more because I'm like, no, this is for the podcast. This is important. I can stop myself.
That's good. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna get it all. Oh, calm down.
Spoilers.
All right, so and then I'm gonna full screen it, and I'm gonna show you the video too, dude. This is a 6.5 minute song, so we're gonna play the whole thing, and it's gonna be probably horrible audio.
Probably.
So we might cut out I don't know. We'll see. We might end up cutting it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, if when this episode is released, like the whole thing is cut or like half of it's cut out or you just get little snippets, I mean,
But we're not gonna pause it. We're gonna play the whole thing in its
yeah,
entirety.
and I'm gonna take my headphones off actually just so I can hear it
yeah,
better.
and
I'll put my glasses on as well.
so
So
if we
I can
do
actually
end
see
up if we do end up cutting this part, at least the audio for the song, There's several reasons why that might be. But,
Yeah.
If
Not
we
the
do,
least of which possibly copyright issues.
yeah, we don't know. We're new to this, so. But if we do, this is gonna be his genuine reaction right off the bat.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm gonna hit play now.
Oh, hell yeah. Woo! I love any song that starts off with a really sick drum fill.
Right.
God damn it. Dude, you're gonna get me on my Periphery kick again. Like, I'm gonna go back and listen to all their albums.
I'm not. They are. His vocal range is so good.
Oh, yeah. He sounds fucking great live, too. Like, he basically sounded like more or less the record. Ooh. Ooh.
This is giving me that drive to go back and do another music video.
Yeah, right? God damn it. Spencer's voice is so fucking good. I can't get over it.
All that off-time stuff, bro.
I know,
I love
yeah.
it.
Well, I'll save it until after the song's over, but I have something to say about that. Yeah.
There's such a great dissonance.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. I like that fucking like tom thing he's doing right now.
It just hits so hard.
Yeah.
And him with his cool guy glasses and all.
Yeah. Oh shit, they're all walking away. Yeah, we're watching the music video, by the way. We're not just listening to the song. What the fuck? Okay, they're all gathered by a screen. They're pouring drinks. What the fuck? Oh, they're watching the music video. That's fun. Is that a fucking keyboard solo? Oh shit, we're getting jazzy up in here. All right.
Listen to that.
Yeah. Doing that like classic fucking like jazz ride. I'm sorry. Fucking. Oh, that's right. You told me there was a saxophone solo. What the fuck? Totally fucking forgot about this.
I wasn't bullshitting, bro.
I just forgot about it. I forgot you said that. That's fucking dope. What the hell?
Harmony.
Ooh. Fuck yeah. That was awesome. Holy shit, man.
All right, let me sit back down.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so
I was not expecting it to go like full like go into like for everything to drop into it to go into like a full jazz section there.
It did.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, if we're just coming back from our little break,
yeah,
or whatever, it depends on
on how much of that was able to stay in the episode.
Yeah, but what do you think?
I mean, I fucking love that, dude. I'm definitely like, shit, this may very well get me back into a Periphery kick for a little bit. I mean, holy shit, that was awesome, man.
Hey, no, when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, Angelo has had to have listened to this already.
Yeah.
And man, I was pleasantly surprised that you hadn't.
Wait a minute, what does that say? Oh, that's funny.
What?
So, I guess this is off their, yeah, I mean, obviously this is off their upcoming album, but on the album cover for the singles, it has their like 3-dot logo, but underneath it says gent is not a genre.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That's kind of a popular like joke amongst like Periphery and like their fans, because like apparently the band, like, even though they accept that their sound definitely falls into what people call gent, they're just like, that's not really like a genre of metal, guys. Like, it's just like, it's, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They have a whole thing with it, but yeah, I think that's pretty funny that that's what they're naming the album art right here. I hope that's what they name the actual album too.
It's so funny that that's such a divisive thing between, especially between a bunch of people who love the same type of music.
Yeah.
You know, like, what genre are you? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times we've been asked that. And
yeah.
It's like, the only thing I can come up with is alternative metal.
Yeah.
Because we can do whatever we want to do. We're not like boxed into a corner like, oh, you guys only do screams or you guys only do this. We do whatever we want to do. I mean, we have an acoustic song on the album. There's going to be an acoustic song on the next one.
Yeah.
You know, and all of my favorite bands are that way.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of get what they're talking about. Is like, yeah, I know the fans call us gent or whatever, but
yeah,
know,
like that's not how they see
ourselves
themselves.
different.
Yeah, it's pretty. Man, that's fucking sick. I'm still kind of like recovering from the fucking song, because like it has a lot of like of those like staples of Periphery that I really fucking love. I mean, the aggression is there. Spencer Sottelo's like amazing fucking vocals. I mean, you know, just everything about it. But then, you know, you add in that fucking like little jazzy fucking section
out of the blue,
just to fucking throw things off a little bit. And I like
guys, go watch this music video.
Yeah, it's great. I love too that one part where they like literally get up from their instruments and they walk over to watch the music video, like the jazz section of it.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking sick.
It was a very tasteful little drum beat that was going on at that point. I mean, it was
it was very like classic, like what you would expect from like swing jazz, just that like ride, like ding 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 ding, but just like sped up.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, it was awesome. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to do that here on the podcast.
Yeah, me too.
That was fun.
Hopefully that can stay in. I mean, we'll find out whenever we post it to YouTube if there's any like copyright issues, but we'll see. Hopefully not.
Hey, even if it gets striked, I mean, we're not making money from this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much worried about like getting demonetized. I'm worried because sometimes YouTube will like take out audio, and that's more of what I'm afraid of.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I don't give a shit about like monetization because like we're not making money from this, like period.
No, this is just for, I mean, posterity. This is for fun. This is for fans. This is for us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Hopefully it can stay in though. We'll see. Time will tell.
Periphery, we love you guys.
Yeah, love
keep
you, and yeah, keep it, please. This reaction was done out of love. I said I love the song. I mean, I liked it. Is that enough?
If they're gonna come to us to listen to this song before they come
that'd
to
be
you,
great. Holy shit.
Well, no, I was saying if they came to us with the quality that I'm sure that this just recorded in,
oh yeah,
they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, right.
Go watch the actual video.
Yeah, go watch the actual video. I mean, yeah,
but yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Rehearsing, we got that Scout Bar show coming up.
Yeah, we do.
It's man, and I've been doing my own at-home practice stuff. I've got kind of a New Year's resolution to get better at shredding this year. It's just never been a strong suit of mine. Just shredding and actually like coming up with good patterns that sound clean and cohesive. I've really adopted that whole rhythm guitar thing.
Yeah,
where I'm like, whatever. The patterns for lead stuff is Josue's job, and but. I want to be a better player, so I've been working on that stuff. So it'll be good to get back to what I'm used to, which is our music.
Same here.
And getting in there and, polishing up the new cover that we're doing.
Yeah, the Children of the Grave.
Chillin'.
I couldn't.
The chillin' of the
chillin' of the grave. The chillin' of the Zagreus.
Children of the Grave. But we're going to. What time is it?
Time for you to go. Oh, you already have a watch.
Yeah, that's why I looked at my watch.
It's 3:29. We still got time.
Yeah, we're good.
And we're at 42 minutes, so this is already
we're good.
This is already like a full episode length, like minimum. So I mean,
Small,
we got time for more, thankfully.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Hopefully the next time we do a podcast, I know we've been saying this, but now it's actually possible now that Andrew is back.
Yeah.
From his vacation. Man, that dude needed it.
Oh yeah.
He's
a workhorse. He needs to.
Yeah.
He needs to take time and enjoy.
He manages himself. That schedule so well. He makes time for everything, and we were happy to see him be able to go and do a little bit of him time.
Yeah.
He needs a vacation.
Yeah, he does. And, now that he's back, we can get back into the swing of things, and like you were saying, prepare for Scout Bar. And now that my little stint with Taylor Court Band is done, now I can get back to, focusing on, the band again, focusing on, just our shows, but also you were talking about New Year's resolutions and like, learning how to, just work on your shredding, a bit more work on your soloing. But also, I haven't really thought of it as a New Year's resolution, but I guess it kind of is. But I want to learn how to play the piano, play the keyboard.
Right.
And I think we talked about it a few episodes ago. Like, we talked about like I talked about, I've always wanted to pick up another instrument, and you had an old keyboard. That was your first keyboard, right?
It was. So my mom would just find these things. She called it the Gettin' Place.
The Gettin' Place?
Yeah, she never told me where it was. But she did come home with some stuff that I was like, where the hell did you find this? She just go, the Gettin' Place.
I really like that, actually.
Yeah.
Might steal that.
She never said where it was. I kind of had a couple of ideas. There was like a resale shop or something in this little town next to the town that I grew up in, Trinity. I grew up in Riverside, but the town next to it's Trinity. And there was this little resale shop. I think it was called like Donna's Resale or something like that.
Donna's Reshit Shop.
Reshit Shop.
Yeah.
And
Donna's Gettin' Place.
Well, and she was hanging out with her a lot, so I assume that was probably where it was.
Okay.
But I don't know. She was coming home with some high-tech shit sometimes.
Nice.
She was like, oh, here's a home security system for your apartment or
shit.
your house. I'm like, what? Like, and of course, this was like whenever cameras and stuff like that were first. Like home cameras, like Ring wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're right. I was like, okay, interesting. But I think either she got that for me at the Getting Place, or it was a buddy of mine gave it to me, or something like that.
Okay.
It was a gift. I remember that. But yeah, after I started really getting into music is whenever I got the Casio Privia.
Mm-hmm.
I found it at a pawn shop for way less than what it was worth.
I mean, that's how it goes,
pawn shops,
though.
Dude.
With like pawn shops and like they have like instruments, they have no idea what the fuck they have.
They had no idea, and it goes both ways too. I went into a pawn shop one time. They had this guitar that was marked for over $1,000, and it had a Fender sticker on the top with no input. No input jack either.
He's like, what? It says Fender.
Yeah. And I brought it up to the thing, and I just took my nail and kind of scraped the thing. I was like, that's a sticker, guys. Come on. And they were like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm like, all right, you guys don't know or don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I think probably it don't care is probably more accurate.
It works the other way, too, where they have really nice equipment, and it's really cheap.
Yeah.
I went in, and the only thing that was wrong with this Casio Privia was it didn't have a power cable.
Mm-hmm.
Order a power cable online. There you go, you know. So I got it for a steal. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but I know I got it for a steal. And then it was a full 88 keys,
nice.
Weighted keys at that. I mean,
oh really?
Yeah. That thing,
Jesus.
it's nice. It's really nice.
Is that the one that's in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. So I never touched the little keyboard that I had from the Getting Place ever again, basically. I mean, it just sat in storage.
I mean, understandable. Shit.
So
I haven't touched my my Pearl kit since I got my Gretsch kit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of what it is, and eventually it's like, well, you find somebody who could use it, you know, especially a brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, I'd give you that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Seriously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of outside of the band. Just, I mean, I guess it's sort of involving the band, but outside of the band, that's kind of my only really sort of like musical goals for this year. I really want to get started like learning piano and like really, you know, I want to at the very least know enough to where I feel comfortable playing around with chords and like being able to find like melodies just so I can like
a new melodic instrument.
Yeah, just a new melodic instrument just so I can like, you know, write easier.
Well, it'll be really nice because I know you got a bunch of songs in your head that you have never been able to bring out or express, and you know, being able to at least play them on the keyboard is going to change. And then of course, you know, like right now we have a song of mine that we're going to transpose into a song for the band to do, which is Searching Me. You okay there, buddy? You tired?
No.
No to
fuck yourself.
No to one or no to both?
Sure.
I like that. Okay. So, but yeah, we're going to do Searching Me here pretty soon. And it's a song that has not been released.
Never been played live.
Never been played live. It's just one that I have that I wrote on the keyboard, which I'm not a piano player or keyboard player by any means, really. I know the number system, and that's how I know all my scales.
Yeah, and
major or minor.
Yeah, and that's the video that you sent me that I've been working on the past few days.
Now, you want to hear a real keyboard player is Paul.
Oh yeah,
that
like
dude,
come on.
And you know, there's talk of him performing a song on our next album, which is going to be sick.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I think it's going to be great for you, man. I'm glad that you've been kind of touching up on it and playing around with it a little bit. And
yeah.
Too bad about the
this is the sustain pedal. Yeah.
So I got him a sustain pedal. It's like the next day after you talked about wanting to do another instrument on the podcast.
Yeah.
I went to One Music and I was like, hey, do you guys have like a sustain pedal? Well, I didn't know anything about polarization when it came to sustain pedals, or that was even a thing. I just like, okay, well, it's got a thing in the back. I'll get a sustain pedal. He'll be set. And I held on to that thing forever. It was just in the back of my car. And then when I gave it to you, or right before I gave it to you, what's funny is I went to Riverside, right, to go pick it up from storage. And whenever I came back, my grandmother drove me back, right? She was like, "Oh, I'll take you home." I was like, "Okay, cool." Threw it in the trunk of her car. She came, she dropped me off. I come inside. She goes home. She's almost home. And she's like, "You left it in the back of my car." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm so stupid."
You're just like walking inside like, "Yep, I've got everything I need. I'm home now. Who cares?"
I'm relaxing. I'm watching TV or something like that. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm glad we got that done." Blah, 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 blah. And then she calls me, "Hey, it's in the back of my car still." I was like, "Shit." I was like, she was like, "Don't worry. I'm coming back into town anyways. I'll drop it off." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But, yeah, so, and then I came and I plugged it in. I was trying it all out, and when I plugged it in, it sustained every note.
Yeah.
But it only sustained it when it wasn't being pressed.
Yeah.
And then when you did press it,
then it mutes it.
Then it made it to where it was muted, and yeah. It wasn't polarized right. And
that's fine. Honestly, like, I've still been messing around with it regardless. I just, my lazy ass hasn't gone to a guitar shop and just found another pedal. But I just, I'll do that. I'll do that later this week, and I'll make sure to find one that has like a thing where you can switch the polarization.
Yeah, bring the keyboard with you and just try them out.
Yeah,
because you might find one that's polarized with it. You don't need to do a switch on it.
Yeah,
that's cheaper.
True.
Who knows? But
that's true. Yeah.
Like I know I was kind of fangirling over Kent's little pedal that he had for his little keyboard, because on the back, like on the bottom, it's got a little switch to switch the polarization. Like, man, we need that. we need something like that. So that's probably the next step for you, my man.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I've just been having fun with it here and there, just messing around with seeing what little basic things that I can find for myself. I've been watching that video on the number system and just literally picking a note and going like, okay, let me find the major scale, let me find the minor scale.
And you feel it. You feel the difference.
I can absolutely feel the difference. And like right now, I'm literally just watching that video whenever I have a second to do so. That way I can ingrain all this shit in my head.
Right.
But also, just for funsies, I've also been fucking around and finding whatever simple things that I can find. Like I figured out how to play, Black Parade just because why not?
You sent me the Kim Possible thing.
Yeah, hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, because yeah, because obviously being a keyboard, it has a few different settings, and I found an organ setting that sounds pretty much exactly like the Kim Possible like thing. So here,
Shane, look at the progress I made.
Aren't I fucking amazing?
You're so good.
I figured out how to play the I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like the I guess it's like the love theme from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the whatever the hell it's called. I think that's what it's called.
I got a kalimba from Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
And that's another little instrument that I've been messing with.
Yeah.
Even thinking about maybe playing a little kalimba in a song or something like that we do.
Yeah.
Eventually. Nothing too soon, but
hey, if Periphery can have a saxophone solo, why the hell can't we have like a little kalimba part? Yeah. A kalimba break.
Oh, that's great.
I pull out, I wouldn't really be able to do this on the electric kit, but fucking we'll figure something out. I can pull out the brushes on my kit and like just for this, just to get the vibes going.
Right before the breakdown, just ding, 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 dong.
Yeah. Imagine miking that up, miking a kalimba up like that, and just turning it way up.
we have to. We got to figure something out with it.
You know what? We need to get an electric kalimba.
What's great is
distortion.
You could literally tune it to whatever you want to tune it to
with a little hammer.
Yeah. But if you don't know what a kalimba is, I'm not even gonna try and explain it. You're just gonna have to look it up.
It's a box with like metal tuning forks on it or something or other.
That's not too far off.
Sort of.
It's got like little
metal tongues.
Yeah, that's good. And you just
little prongs.
You flick the tongue.
Yeah, with your tums.
With your tums.
You flick the tongues with your tums. God. And that's how you play the kalimba.
But I kind of fell in love with it. There's this little music shop that's at Renaissance Festival in Texas.
Yeah.
And we were in there probably the longest out of all the different shops.
Yeah.
We just kept messing with everything. They had nylon guitars in there.
Yeah.
They also had a first act guitar in there that they
Yeah.
had priced for almost $200.
No, bro.
No, my Agile I paid $150 on Rondo Music.
Yeah, no.
So,
let's maybe not.
And I play that thing live.
Yeah.
I play that. That's what I practice on.
Yeah.
I gotta re-intonate that stupid guitar though.
Yeah. But at least it's not a first act guitar, so that's fine.
Right. Right. That's like what you buy at Walmart.
Yeah, or what? Do they still do that?
I haven't looked for one in a long time, but I'm sure that you could probably still find a Walmart guitar somewhere.
Yeah, because they used to do drum sets too. Even
Really?
Yeah, I mean, back when I was like a little kid, I remember seeing like drum sets in Walmart, and I was like, "Oh, a drum set," and then my dad was like, "No,
No,
you have one, an actual one."
Smart man.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I had a first act drum set, like actually, like way
Really?
back when. I did, yeah. Before, I'm sure I have a. Do I still have a picture of it on my phone? I don't know, but there's a picture of when I don't even know how old I would have been, like maybe like 10 or something, like me.
We're shitting on first act, and there's some like closeted first act lovers out there. Just like,
Yeah, well,
screw these guys. Stupid, man. First act is quality.
First act is quality, bro.
Come on.
Okay, yeah,
bro.
I don't have it on my phone, but yeah, I mean, there's a picture floating around somewhere of me at 10 years old and a first act kit with my dad's bass player friend, Dennis, trying to help me set it up. So
Didn't he come to a 19th hole show?
he did, yeah. He and his family came once to a show.
That was cool.
Yeah.
We've got our book is filling up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going good. We've got shows all the way out to September
Yeah.
already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean,
And technically even May, even though the official date
we're
hasn't
still
been
waiting
set.
for that.
Yeah.
But it's also we still got to reach out a little bit more and figure out a little bit more information. But
Yeah.
Until that's set in stone and that's completely like, hey, you're on the books. I mean, we're at least at like 5 or 6 shows, now
Yeah.
for this year.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's not a bad start considering we're still in the first month. Then
Yeah, we're just halfway through January.
Yeah, and we're doing like radio promos and shit, even though sometimes they don't record well. But
Oh my gosh, yeah,
you heard it earlier, everybody.
that was so funny. It was funny at the time, and then today when we started up, I was like, "This is not funny
fucking
anymore."
infuriating. Well, yeah, because. I mean, in both instances, we were on a time crunch, but difference is, like, I'm not, I can't come back after rehearsal tonight. I got work in the morning, so it's just like, just need to get it figured out.
Well, and then it was so funny because we were like, okay, because we still had to do that promo.
Yeah.
And Cakewalk didn't just start working for us again until just now.
Yeah.
And so we ended up just using my phone. We went into the closet old school style, and we pulled out the phone and just recorded it off of the voice memos on my phone, and it was so clear.
Yeah, it sounded fine.
Yeah, so that might just be what we do from now on if we do radio,
if we do a radio, just to,
like bumpers and stuff.
Yeah, just because it's a few seconds long, there's no reason to fucking boot up all this shit.
There's no reason, and the voice quality was great.
Yeah.
We're not able to I didn't look too hard, but I wasn't able to convert it to MP3. But I think Paul did.
Yeah.
I think he was able to do it on his computer after I emailed it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the past couple days, I have been working on answering interview questions and stuff from different radios and magazines and stuff like that.
Yeah, you were doing that like right before I came here today.
Yeah. Oh, I was doing it late last night, late the night before. Today when I got up,
and you're going to be doing it late tomorrow night, probably.
I am doing it late tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Whenever I get home after rehearsal, I get back and there's another magazine that wants to, and it's all the same questions. You know what I mean? It's like, how'd you start the band? What's your musical influences? What's this? It's nothing like crazy.
Many of which you can find the answers at on our podcast.
Look at this. Plug in the
Chronicle.
Plug in the podcast on the podcast.
Kill me.
But yeah, we've got this. I don't know if I've mentioned him yet, or
I don't know.
Zach Moonshine is the guy out of Tennessee who is promoting us.
That's a badass name.
right?
Zach Moonshine.
Zach Moonshine.
Fuck.
Yeah, and
Is that his actual last name?
I'm gonna say yes.
I hope so. That's amazing.
I mean, to me, Papa Roach still is Papa Roach.
Papa Cockroach. Call me cock.
But so
Hey, Papa. Nice cock.
oh my God. Yeah. I'll roll
Anyway,
with
sorry, Zach Moonshine. Continue.
that. He's got I think it's a radio station or something like that, but it's Metal Devastation Radio.
Oh,
Or
cool.
PR, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Metal Devastation PR. And he's been reaching out and doing some really great things on our end, or, for us over here. And yeah, I mean, the more and more that, and I think it's like a 3-month boost. Like he's pushing our stuff for like the next 3 months.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, Paul found him, and I guess the guy liked our stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna back anything that he doesn't want to back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's got options. So, and I've checked out all these webzine magazine things that we're a part of it. Dude, these things are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Breathing the Core, we're about to be on that one. I just did a bunch of the like the interview questions for them and all that stuff. We got to get going here soon.
Yeah, we do.
Oh geez.
Here in
I
a
didn't
few
even know
minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, and we have been updating the website, and it's been a couple weeks of us just doing different stuff.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like, oh, rehearsal this, rehearsal that. I mean, Andrew's been gone.
Yeah. It's just been a lot of like doing I mean, I can't really speak for this. I was filling in for another band while you were doing this, but
But that's what I'm saying.
But
There's a lot of that.
it's a lot of like, just doing the other side of, the band stuff that's equally like as important, which is all the promo stuff, all the more businessy sides of things, of trying to just get our shit out there.
Like we have Songkick, we're actively using that now and helping to update our shows, and we're doing that. We've got a Bandcamp account now.
Yeah, it's cool because like now on Spotify, our upcoming shows are on there with
Right.
like dates and like locations and stuff. That's really cool.
And I was hoping by this point we would have the lyrics attached to our songs, but man, that is a process. It's a bigger process than I thought it was going to be.
Hey, it's fine. It'll get done eventually.
Yeah, we're still
There's
working
no
on
rush to it.
But there's like, okay, you got to take this like academy thing, and then you do that, and then okay, now that you've done that, now we got to wait for approval from our end and all this stuff. So there's been a lot of hurry up and wait with Music's Match, but we're gonna get all that taken care of too. We're just trying to dot the T's and cross the I's,
Right.
Because
No, I don't know.
that's how that's said. But
That is how that's said.
Sure. But
That's
yeah,
how I say it.
other than that, not much has been going on. We're just getting ready for this show on Thursday, and
Well, yeah.
we're waiting for Josue's amp to come in.
Yeah. Josue's finally getting a new amp.
He's been working on that all of last year. Basically, he was working 2 jobs so that way he could pay for that.
And now it's finally paid.
And now it's paid off, and now it should be on its
the
way.
Now the debt is paid.
It's either going to be here. It's probably going to be here in the next 1 to 3 days.
Yeah.
I would assume. I mean, that's from everything that he was saying. But you got anything else you want to add, man?
No, I mean, there's not really much else to add. I mean, I guess just since we're talking about, promo and stuff, go check out our album that we dropped not too long ago, our debut album, Time to Kill, on all the streaming stuff.
The debut
album.
And yeah, we will catch you guys on the next episode of the Music Chronicle podcast.
Is that how you're going to end the episode?
No, it's going to be what I normally say usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is?
Hasta pasta.
Oh, hasta pasta. Bye.